So you drop into the new Apex Legends solo mode. Finally, no more random teammates to hold me down. I'm about to get 100 kills. That doesn't make any sense. There's only 60 players in the lobby. Dude, I don't care. I'm gonna make it happen. You proceed to drop down in Octane's new town takeover in the gauntlet and you die instantly because you suck. You suck bad and now you finally know. But don't worry, that's happening all around the world. People are finding out just how much they suck in the brand new solo mode and it is driving them crazy. They need to get better. They need to make sure that they are not losing instantly and that they could at least win a game. And that's what this video is all about. Now I'm going to give you guys 5 quick tips to improve in the brand new solo mode in Apex Legends. If you watch this video to the very end, I guarantee you will improve. It may be small, it may be large. It depends on your effort and your application afterwards, but you will get better if you listen and you utilize these tips. So are you ready to not suck, everybody? Oh, that came out weird. All right, so we're gonna count down from number 5 to number 1. Let's start out with the number 5 tip here, and that is to set the pace. When you get knocked, you are dead. You are done, which means people can instantly loot you, grab your shield, grab whatever meds they need, grab their ammo, and get on to the next fight. And those fights are usually coming in a matter of seconds. This is the meta of third partying, and this is something that you have to be aware of, and you've probably died from a lot. I had to build the habit differently because I was used to looting a box after we wiped a full team for a long time because these fights last longer in the traditional style of Apex Legends. But in solos, they're fast. You're gonna get another person coming up to you right after you kill somebody else, so you've got to set the pace of fights. One way I like to do this is to actually start approaching fights as if I'm on the hunt. Right when I loot, I grab whatever I need and immediately start looking for someone else. That way I'm on the move. No one is catching me off guard and unaware, and it allows me to at least be the aggressor in most situations rather than being aggressed on. So try, next time you loot a body, grab the ammo that you need, any meds that you need quickly, and change out the shield or weapons. Once that's done, don't spend time looking in the box. Just keep on moving. Actually create some distance from that is because people who hear the gunshots will be flocking to your area. Start looking for them. Start seeing if you can get the first shot on enemies who think that they're hunting you down, and you'll become a lot better at this mode. Surprise, mother rain day! Not in front of the kids. Moving on to the number 4 tip, and that is to disengage fights, probably more than you want to. Now, many people, like I said, third party in this mode, and if you just simply don't take fights that aren't good for you, you will find yourself winning a lot more. The problem is in Apex Legends solos, you have this kind of instinct to try to fight anybody that you see, and they have an instinct to fight you. So you will have to consciously be thinking, is this a good fight for me? Did I lose my shield and do they still have theirs? Do I have high ground? Am I in a building? Are they outside and exposed? Is the circle moving in? Will I get caught in trouble if that does happen, or will they get caught in trouble if that happens? If those things aren't in your favor, then just keep on moving. So many people give themselves over to bad fights. They win the fight, but then they lose anyways because they put themselves in a horrible position. Understand that solos is a game a lot of times about being in the right place at the right time. So make sure you're always looking for that right place and that right time yourself. It doesn't just happen magically. If you have a little patience, if you learn to disengage from fights that aren't in your favor, you will continually keep setting situations up and probably frustrating your opponent to where they make a move that actually puts them exposed, and now you can take advantage of it. And on the flip side, if you find an advantage in a fight and you know it's safe to push that opponent, do it. If you knock their shield because you get the first shot and they didn't touch you at all, then go ahead and make sure you finish that kill. They have to be healing up, or they have to be running away, or they have to take a fight with you at 50% health. It's only one of those 3 options, and you should be able to win that, especially if you're aggressive. So disengage for better fights, but when there is a good fight, make sure to push and take every advantage you can to close the kill. Moving on to the number 3 most important tip in Apex Legends solos, and that's to drop lukewarm. Did this brother just say drop tepid? I mean, really? Like, I'm getting vocab words in here? Now, if somebody wanted to find a genius, I'd say go to Yale, walk around the campus, see what you can find. If somebody wanted to find a great chef, I'd say watch Master Chef or go to Gordon Ramsay's kitchen, see what he's doing back there and learn a thing or two. And if somebody wanted to find 60 stress-induced individuals with elevated cortisol levels in their body, I'd say go to the hot zone in Apex Legends solo mode. It is insane, and you will die very quickly. And you will be mad. You will want to throw your computer. You want to throw your desk. You want to pound like King Kong after he climbs that big old tower. The thing is, I don't think that this is what you want if you're going to win, because unfortunately, although you burn bright and fast, you don't get what you want at the end of the day, and it seems like it sets up for a pretty negative cycle of feedback. Trust me, I've experienced it. It's frustrating. Dropping hot can be fun, but if you drop lukewarm or you drop tepid, whereas you go to a place that you know has loot, you'll probably see 1 or 2 other people, and what you will do is then have to win a fight. This is solos, you will have to fight and kill somebody, but if you do that, you should pretty much have that spot to yourself. Maybe somebody rotates, but it will be a longer rotation versus you killing 3 or 4 people instantly, not finding a shield, not not finding a weapon, a P2020 in a dream, slide hopping and healing and doing everything you need, finally killing the big bad guy who got the gold backpack in the beginning, only to have a freaking lifeline show up with a Mozambique and shoot you one time in order to get all of that loot. It is not fun. It is not rewarding. You do not want that experience. Stop dropping hot if you want to make it to the final circle. Start dropping lukewarm. You'll have a much better chance. Then you can be the guy rotating on that final fight. Now we're going to move on to the next two tips, which are the two most important tips in this video. But I do want to say that, you know, if you do want to drop hot, it's okay. You will be learning a new skill, which is to face 5 enemies at the same time. It's something that you can get better at and you will improve, and it'll probably improve your instincts and your fast decision making, but it's just very tough to not have RNG play the bad party in this one. It's usually going to spoil whatever you got going on, and it just feels very, very bad to have a great round, 5 kills, and then for some random luck or a random thing, die. You'd rather control your own fate in solos, and that's why if you drop hot-ish, lukewarm, you'll have a lot better chance to do so. And now, the number 2 most important tip in Apex Legends solo mode, movement. Master your damn movement. Now, I'm not just going to leave you with that. I'm actually going to tell you the 3 most important movements that you need to master. These things will change your game forever, and you can take them out of solos mode into your own Apex Legends adventures with your friends or in other games that have similar mechanics. But we're going to talk about the 3 important slides. Movement is really the most important thing in 1v1s because if somebody can't hit you, they can't kill you. You can get your aim down all you want, but if you're standing still and that person has a better gun, you will die anyway. So we have to learn how to move and let the aim handle itself. The first movement tip is to slide jump. A lot of people don't incorporate the slide jump because it allows you to get a little bit extra distance. I've had a lot of people on my stream say, why are you slide jumping all the time? It's because you move faster that way and you build momentum. In this game, because you can slide with momentum and actually traverse spaces faster that way, in combat it will allow you to move faster, it will allow you to get into cover quicker, and it will also make you a harder target to shoot while doing other things. Let's talk about the other 2 tips that make this even more impressive. Now, sliding and hopping allows you to do 2 other really important things. Obviously, shooting is one of them, so I'm not going to count that. That's a little too obvious. But sliding and reloading is another big aspect to your movement. If you can minimize the amount of time that you're standing still and reloading, you're going to minimize the amount of time that you're vulnerable. If you learn to slide, reload while you're sliding, you will actually be able to min-max your movement so that you can get back into the fight without being vulnerable. I see a lot of players standing still when they could just be moving, getting around cover, maybe creating some distance, and then get an advantage in the 1v1 they're in. Now, moving on to the most important thing that has changed my game in Apex Legends as far as movement, it's slide jumping into a heal. Even if you don't bunny hop. Now you can slide jump into shooting, into reloading, and also just slide jump for some extra movement. However, slide jumping into a heal is one of the most important things to learn in Apex Legends. See, usually there's a window of a few seconds where people stop shooting you if you're in a 1v1. They've got to reload, they may need to be healing, they may be traversing around a corner that you've already passed, and they're chasing you down. In those few seconds, you have to be as efficient as possible. And when I learned that I could slide jump and heal at the same time, then that was a huge impact into how I could perform. In that moment where I was gaining distance, I was also getting myself back to full shield. So if they were rounding a corner after me, I was ready to turn around and fight. So yeah, just doing this simple thing, even if you don't bunny hop, is really, really important because you'll create a gap of distance and you'll also be healing while you do so. It's great if you're running away from an enemy who's chasing you and you're maybe going down a hill or you're going around a rock, or maybe you're just running away from the zone that's pushing you and somebody else. You're getting heals while they're just running normally, and that just gives you that little bit of an advantage that matters so much in solos. So we're about to get into the number 1 most important tip in Apex Legends solos, something you do not want to miss, and I want to hear your thoughts on in the comment section below. However, before we get there, I want to thank everyone for watching and subscribing and commenting and doing all those things, liking the video by adding 2 more bonus tips in case you missed it. I talk about a lot of these things normally, and then there's one thing that's kind of new. 1, high ground and vision are key. Make sure you're getting high ground in Apex Legends solos so you know that at least people have to roll up to you, or you can at least see the map and not be surprised by anyone above you. This is a big tenet in Apex Legends and in shooters in general. Make sure you're grabbing that as much as possible. Secondly, Hammerpoint rounds are pretty damn good. We've seen this a lot in the Apex Legends tournaments that have happened in solos. There was a Twitch Rivals event, and there's also been a lot of streamers who are utilizing the Hammerpoint for the P2020 and Mozambique very effectively. The thing is, you don't have that person to kind of delay and also buy time like in a trio mode, and so you're going to just be able to instantly down somebody with 3 shots of that P2020 or potentially 1 shot of the Mozambique if they have Hammerpoint rounds. rounds. It's very strong right now. It may get nerfed, which is why it's not the biggest tip. However, I will say that in solos, it is pretty king. And now for the number one most important tip in Apex Legends solos: use everything for your upliftment, growth, and learning. And I mean everything. This mode is going to teach you a lot. It may teach you that you're worse than you thought you were. It may teach you that you're better than you thought you were. It may teach you that your movement is horrible, but your aim is amazing. It may teach you that your aim is horrible, but your movement is out of this world. And it may just teach you that you're an impatient son of a gun and you need to relax a little bit while you're playing. It may also teach you that you need to look at the long version of this and how to get better in this game versus trying to win right now. No matter what happens, use everything as a lesson. Look back at your games, record them if you have to. I do that for myself, and I look at what could I have done better there. I'm always learning, even if I'm upset. And part of the reason that I get upset is because I want to win now, but that's not how it works. Using everything for your upliftment, growth, and learning means that everything that happens for you, every single thing, every bad drop, every bad RNG, every bad death, every mistake in the final circle serves you in some way. Don't let it just be a mistake that haunts you for the rest of the night. Use something from that to improve next time. Every final circle loss I've ever had has given me more information as to how I need to play final circles the next time I go into it. And if you do that, you're always on the right path. Don't compare yourself to how good Dizzy is today. Compare yourself to how good you were yesterday, and if you're improving. And if you can do that, you can have a smile on your face in every single game, because you're always getting better in one little way or the other. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Turn on the notification bell if you guys want to get my uploads the second I upload them and be first in that comment section. And comment down below if you have a tip to add that I may have missed or disagree with any of these tips. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, my friends, never give up, never stop gaming, and I'll see you all next time.